A hilarious new stand-up special from comedy legend Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, is coming to Hulu November 22nd. This Thanksgiving, see Jim in a whole new light as he gives you the inside scoop on everything from parenting teenagers to weight loss and gaslighting family members. For everyone in need of a happy hour, the new hilarious stand-up special, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, premieres November 22nd, streaming on Hulu.
The holidays are all about sharing with family. Meals, couches, stories, grandma's secret pecan pie recipe. And now you can also share a cart with Instacart's family carts. Everyone can add what they want to one group cart from wherever they are. So you don't have to go from room to room to find out who wants cranberry sauce, or whether you should get mini marshmallows for the yams, or collecting votes for sugar cookies versus shortbread. Just share a cart, and then share the meals and the moments. Download the Instacart app and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes, plus enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Ask me, ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. Leave them in the Instagram comment section. Leave them on your Twitter or leave them on your Facebook. We'll see them, we'll read them, then we'll give you answers. You know it, I've got it. I've got the answer, you ask me. I'll tell you anything.
To hear your own song sung back to you in front of people is just not what I signed up for.
You sing it every time, though. You love singing that song.
No, but they're not here. And so it's different if there's jokes, but like singing is not something that I'm known for. I'd also like to say that Tianfu was following me in and she stopped halfway through. So if anybody could bring her in, that would be great. But here she comes. Okay.
She's being flown in.
People at home are just like, cool intro. We can't see. She's being flown in right now. Number 1 is being flown in. Let's see if she'll walk down the aisle.
Oh,
Come here.
can she get up this step?
Can she get up this? That's it for the extent of it. She's just gonna be there, petrified. This is incredible to get to do. And first of all, you and I are never in the same room.
No.
I think people think that we are, but
It's via the magic of Zoom.
yeah. Emily was in town for her like other job that we don't talk about, which does make it sound like you're a sex worker. And I did like modify the way I was going to say that instead of prostitute. And
you got
then
it.
I was like, let's do this while you're here. And I was so excited to see you. And it was a tepid reception. You were like, hey.
That's as excited as I get. Have you seen me get more excited
Yeah. Anytime you talk about women,
in film?
not even, I was just going to say women.
You like my shirt?
And I didn't
I have
know.
my Rizzoli and Isles shirt on. See?
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool podcast.
Because the cats can't be here ruining the podcast. This will be the first podcast where a wire doesn't get ripped out. I'm not bleeding.
That's right. There's no cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sirius. Actually, I don't know if you guys know this. Sirius is the dog star, like in space. And at Sirius XM in New York, for years, I would smuggle Blanche in, and they were like, "We have a strict no dog policy." I'm like, "Do you have a policy against me having this black bag that has nothing in it?" And I was like, how are you going to name yourself after a dog and not allow dogs? And they were like, you literally cannot have your dog here. But I did every single time. So fuck you, Sirius. No, I'm just kidding. No.
No? Chompu's allowed here.
So sorry I lied to you, Sirius New York, but this is Sirius LA, where like we all bring our dogs. And welcome to LA, bitches. This is a live for people listening on Wednesday. We did this live with this very good looking audience. I did tell Emily, I was like, screen it. Because people can feel ugly people through the podcast. You can smell them. And I was like, make sure, like, central cast it. And she did. Everybody here, like, looks LA, looks good.
Good work.
Yeah,
everyone.
We didn't want a bunch of weirdos. And this is, we're not like other podcasts.
But if you are listening to this and you applied and you didn't get chosen, it was at random.
Oh my God, I didn't realize that. I thought this was the most.
No.
In my mind, I'm like, we probably have 50, 60 at the max.
No, there were 3 times this.
Whoa! So we can edit out the part where
Where you called?
No, it was first come, first serve, and all these hot people came first. Whoops.
Great.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to do something kind of cool. And in my perfect world, we would do more of these. And so I was like, let's involve the audience, because I think a lot of podcasts, you come and you just listen. And so we know that a lot of people have sent in questions. Obviously, we cannot get to every question, but we're going to kind of do audience participation insofar as reading of your questions. If you yell out stuff, I hope you don't, just because you're not mic'd. And then it'll be us being like, what? And you're like, I'm from Gardenia. And you're like, where is it? So let's do it. We have to kick it off with the segment I always forget. It's time for Fight Me. They were supposed to play it.
No, we don't have a cue for that one. Do you want to do something?
I'll put that in later.
Oh my God, I forgot. And Scott's here. I forgot.
Hot Scotty number one, hot Scotty. Hot Scotty number two, hot Scotty.
Should we put in me remembering that you were here? Like at the beginning? Should I put it in
We'll
as
make
if I
it
remember?
sound authentic. Yeah, we'll figure that out in post.
When
Don't
we
worry
were
about
having our team meeting, Jesus, just the three of us talking about Emily's social life. I was like, don't let me forget to announce Scott.
Yeah.
And he's probably been sitting back there like, when's she going to say my name?
No, this was the perfect intro for Hot Scotty.
Hot Scotty number one. I just want to say I did take for granted all the years we did our podcast with a studio that shall not be named, but we did it together. And then COVID hit, and now I never see you guys, which is fine. But this is nice to all be, Scott's in a different room, but
Yeah.
to all be near each other.
Yeah.
But
The whole crew.
Well, it is time for Fight Me. I'll let
It is
you
time
do
for Fight Me. Okay. Jen Bond. Yes. Can we get a mic over to Jen? We're doing your Fight Me.
Yeah, it's a live Fight Club.
Fight Me. Just like a voicemail, but easier for you to do.
Yeah, so everyone take off your shirts and let's get ready. All right, Jen.
All
Let's hear
right.
it.
So my Fight Me is that I think remote work, if you can do your job remotely, you should be able to do it. Like we did it for 2+ years.
People are
no
clapping.
problems. Like I don't want to commute. I don't want your team bonding. I don't want to hang out with my coworkers. Like I don't want to deal with it. I just want to get my job done. And all we're doing is like paying these corporate landlords. Like we could just do it at home. And we did it so long. Like let's just do it again. Fight me. Like
I just want to say, did you prep her that she was going to have to say it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
you did.
I mean, I said, could you?
You did
And
a
she
beautiful job,
immediately
and you said
yes.
it just like it was written. And
Beautiful.
I kind of practice it.
Yes. That's what we want. Yes.
I'm reticent to shit on a corporate overlord because we are in that type of building, but I will say you get no fight from me. You cannot give a right to the people and then take it away immediately, even though we do have an upcoming election where I feel like a lot of that's definitely on the table.
The only person who would disagree are any of you CEOs.
No, Emily, we're at a podcast taping on a Monday.
Then we're all on the same team. So no one else cares. Or landlords.
No, none of us are doing that well. But I agree. I think it's a mental, like it's a great way to like fuck your employees mentally, to be like, see all the freedom. It's like having a grass-fed cow. And then you're like, remember all that tasty grass? Now you're just eating other cows. And the cow's like, oh, I was so happy. My meat was so tasty. It's a grass-fed or corn-fed? It's corn finished. Okay.
I don't think cows eat corn. Chickens eat corn.
No. Corn finished is, you want to hear something really sad?
Oh.
No, it's not too sad. It does die. But you all
Wow.
eat whatever. Grass-fed and then corn finished is how they like fatten it up at the end. You're shaking. Okay, you work in the beef. You do work in beef industry. But I just think that there's something, and I feel like I've talked about this on the podcast. I think there's something really sad about a cow, and it's eating its grass. It's eating its grass for years, and then one day he's like, "Oh, there's corn in my bowl. Oh no, they're giving me corn." Like he knows they're corn finishing me. Anyways, back to your workers' rights issue. And the thing is, we have so much land that is being converted into office spaces that already are empty. I don't know why we're not A, recycling those, B, not occupying them in the first place, and the rent is getting cheaper. But for some reason, someone's making a lot of money by renting these offices out. So I completely agree with you. So if anyone's listening here who has any power over their employees, just know your employees will mutiny and eat your body one day. Especially the compromise of like come back into work like 2 times a week. I think that was part of your initial.
Yeah, 2 times a week now.
What does that get you?
45-minute commute both ways on those
I meant
days.
to the employer. As if they were here like, but does anyone have an opposition at this town hall? Like what that could possibly? No. 'Cause
Dying
it's
to go
fucking
in.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. And you have a real job.
I have a job and I would have to go in 2 days a week, but I don't live here. But the people that go in, I'm going in tomorrow and the next day, and everybody's going to talk to me and I'm not going to do any work. So
Yeah. You'd be like, I'm jet lagged from this Delta flight.
visiting, I'm a guest.
Yeah. I ate that Biscoff cookie. I watched 3 episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm and I arrived in Atlanta and I cannot do work.
Yeah.
That's a great Fight Me, by the way. And that just speaks to like the mental health of a nation's workforce.
I think the problem we're finding with Fight Me, though, is that we agree with all
Yeah.
our listeners. And we're never, there was a sunglasses one that you kind of disagreed with and I like really agreed with. So
I think I need to be a bigger bitch and listen to other podcasts and listen to podcasts about like being a she boss and then take clips from that and then be like, here's who I want to fight because you said something.
we don't want to fight public figures.
Don't we?
We do.
Isn't that what the internet is?
What if they say something back, though?
Oh, I would die. Oh my, I cannot take what I just out. Fall has fallen, winter is on its way, the days are shorter. But just because, well, they feel shorter. And just because the days feel shorter doesn't mean your to-do list gets any shorter. You still have to power through your busy days. And a great way to do that is with nutritious food from Factor's no prep, no mess meals. At the end of a short day in the fall or the winter, the last thing you want to do is have to cook. Factor has got you covered from breakfast, snacks, dinner, anything in between. Factor has easy, nutritious options to keep you fueled, like their chicken Florentine with spinach and garlic chili cauliflower. You bet. That's what I want to make myself at the end of a day where I am exhausted and my husband isn't home. Whether you like routine or you enjoy mixing things up, Factor has you covered with 35 different delicious meals every week and over 60 additional convenience options you can add on, like keto cookies, pressed juices, and smoothies. And because Factor meals are chef prepared and dietitian approved, you're going to love not only Factor's meals taste, but also how they support your goals, even if your goal was just making yourself dinner. Head to factormeals.com/Iliza50 and use code Iliza50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month. That's code Iliza50 at factormeals.com/Iliza50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. The holidays are here. And for a lot of us, the holidays mean decorating, hosting, celebrating. For me, it means a lot of traveling. And nothing feels better year-round, but especially during the cozy holidays, than a restful night's sleep in soft, luxurious sheets. Boll & Branch's signature sheets are made with the finest 100% organic cotton, and they get softer with every single wash. You already know that I got Boll & Branch this summer when I needed breathable sheets to sleep in, but this holiday season, I'm actually gifting some of my friends and family Boll & Branch's Ultimate Softness Bundle. I get to choose a signature hem sheet set in any color, a signature hem pillow set, and a waffle bed blanket. And they're all getting juniper because I think it's a classy color. This way you know you have something nice to sleep on when you visit. It's the perfect gift for you and them. Gift you and your loved ones a better night's sleep with Boll & Branch. And right now is their best offer of the entire year. For 25% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets, head to bollandbranch.com/Iliza. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/Iliza for 25% off. Limited time only, exclusions apply. See site for details. So finally, fall is here. I have been looking forward to it. I have had a hard year in a good way. You know, like I had a baby. I have been on a nonstop tour, nonstop traveling, and it's been hot. So I'm looking forward to, of course, pumpkin spice, everything, cooler weather, and slipping into a cozy sweater from Quince. I've talked about Quince before. Quince has beautiful leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim, and so much more. All Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Dressing expensive doesn't have to be expensive. Their clothing is beautiful, it's durable, it stands the test of time, and it's what I like to call a capsule wardrobe. I got an Italian wool cocoon coat that's one of those It's got like a European collar and it covers my butt so I can walk around New York City and not be chilly. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/Eliza for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Eliza to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Eliza. All right, let's get to the questions.
You want to get to questions? Okay,
got
so
some
these are questions from people in the audience. I'm reading them. You can provide additional context
If called upon.
if needed. Correct.
That's
Okay.
what's so great about having you here, because the amount of times we read these questions, I'm like, if we only had the context, and Emily's like, they said anonymous, and so you just send it out there, but now we have you.
I'm also saying first names, and if somebody's devastated by that, let us know and we'll cut it.
There's one on here that I feel like people will know in your family that it's you. I'm also assuming your family listens to this podcast.
That's the thing, right?
I'm also assuming anyone besides the people in this room listen to this podcast. So.
At least 3 times this who didn't get into this room. And I'm
that's-
sorry to all of you.
Yeah. By the way, for those, I appreciate the people that do live within 5 square miles of the Serious podcast recording studio that did come. So,
Yes.
Did anybody come from farther away than, let's say, downtown LA? Anybody? Oh, wow.
Oh, I didn't think we let you.
Where'd you guys come from with the matching tour shirts? Santa Ana. Oh my God, the racetrack. No, it's a different one. It's Santa Anita. I'm sorry. The Winds. That's their WNBA basketball team, the Santa Ana Winds. Spelled W-I-N-S. Spelled N-G-Y-U-N. They're Vietnamese. No one? Asian phonetic spelling? No one?
Very impressive.
That's how you say it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else farther away than Santa Ana?
Oh.
Okay. Long Beach? Is that farther?
Moreno Valley, Riverside.
Okay. Thank you. And at rush hour? You know what? Thank you guys. That's amazing. Anyone that came here, that's amazing. Because 7 o'clock cuts right through prime traffic.
6 o'clock.
In the morning cuts through prime traffic time in LA. So thank you. And where is Santa Ana? It's what? Orange County. It's Orange County. Fuck. So you left at 1 and got lunch, and then you came and you made it? Wow. Parking.
That's a big night.
That's really impressive. And you're in the front. You made it. Every time I play the Bray Improv, I'm like, I'm never going to see my family again. I got to pack a snack and a buffalo in case I need to eat it.
You've got Tianfu.
It's a schlep. I do have this. She's just like, this is how I die. For those of you listening home, she's just under the chair. I don't know if her back is to the audience or if she's looking at you.
No, she's looking out.
She's looking.
She's watching.
She's like, protect me first, but also protect you.
You're right.
All right, let's do it.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. From Roxanne, 27 female, LA, live with 3 other girls, and we all have boyfriends. One of the girls and her boyfriend are constantly massaging each other on the couch. They also bicker and include me in fights. For example, I come home with flowers and my roommate will say to her, BF, where are my flowers? What do I say?
Is she here? Oh. Are these the 2 women next to you? Surprise, assholes.
I asked about you.
Rubbing on each other. Okay, you're 27. And this is me as your big sister. This does smack of 20-something behavior. Totally. Do you want to provide any additional context before we go into it?
Do you want to provide more?
Oh.
My boyfriend, he witnesses it too. No, they just always include me in fights. And I think it's really weird. Stop including me in your fights, dude.
Do they also include him, or is it just you?
They include him too.
Do the fights upset you more than the massaging?
It's more the sounds that come from the massaging too.
Oh. Can you have a microphone for a reason?
The those sounds.
Oh.
That sounds like an officer. Just like a real manly way to get a right there. Yes, sir. Can you describe the massages? Are they shirtless or are they?
It's like lotioned feet.
No, that's worse than back, right? A lotioned foot.
I guess. Okay, look.
That feels like it's wet, sound-wise.
I just threw up in the trash can in here.
You just hear Scott cock and load a gun. Let me put it the other way: load and cock a gun from my cold dead hands. Is it her boyfriend that lives? It's just the boyfriend just visiting.
He visits every day.
Every day.
I have a bigger issue with that.
Yeah.
Because we've had questions on the pod where it's like someone is over all the time. Does he visit every night? Is he over every night?
He also works from home from my house.
No. They have to move out. And does she think, I think she thinks by including you, it's like funny? Are these charged or is it like, I like red, he likes green, white peppers?
It's a little passive aggressive, I would say, the fights. Yeah.
It sounds like maybe she's too immature, like it's an immature relationship. I guess this all depends on how you say something because you have the power to be a bee and to just be like, I don't fucking care, you children. Go rub your feet in a Foot Locker. Like you have the power, but you don't because you're so uncomfortable.
Wildly.
Do you want to move out?
I'm moving out in like 5 months. I'm just tired of being.
months.
I don't want to pay for somewhere where I'm next to a massage. Like,
Because it's not the massaging, and it's
It
actually
is for me.
Because if the guy were awesome and he was over like once a week, you'd be like, whatever.
He's also a biker with really tight pants, like right in front of me all the time. Sorry, any bikers
Can you just
here.
paint the whole picture? Like, what else is like? What are like? He's killed 3 people. Oh, he's whispered something.
Yeah, his boyfriend has like shaved legs. That doesn't bug me as much.
Well, that's from the bike. The friction will do it to you.
He's just there 24/7, and
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just more that. I think you notice things more about people when you spend so much time with them.
And when you hate them.
Yeah, that too.
Like all of these things would be okay except for the fact that he's there all the time. Because we always get it where like there's someone that's there too much, and you are like that is space. Like you can't walk around topless, which women do. Boys, I made eye contact with you, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As if he was sitting there like, no, they fucking don't. Never. You are not comfortable. That's all it comes down to. I mean, you're leaving anyway, so there's nothing for us to do.
I have an idea.
Yes.
You get in there and you say, when's my turn for the foot massage? Who's doing me? I got the lotion.
Are you
Maybe
moving?
they'll go, ugh.
Get like a very specific with the lotion. He's like, is that lube? You're like, lotion is lotion. Like, slippery is slippery. Are you moving in with this guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Are you going to get a third roommate and now you get to pay it back to someone? Are you going to say anything? No matter what we tell you, are you going to say anything? Now I can look you in the eye.
I would if you tell me something good to say. I don't really know what to say.
You wanna give her like a line.
I feel
Yeah,
like
do you have a one-liner? You're pretty good.
You got a
at those.
one-liner?
people always ask, I get paid for this part.
It's a common question. People are like, what's the one thing that I should say in response to this?
It has to like be, now I'm
And
like
it's-
sweating
I
nervous. I'm
know,
like, they're going to
it's
know
hard.
that I'm the Wizard of Oz and like, don't.
I know. It's
Oh
a
my
lot of
God.
pressure.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like, what if you like freak them out and you're like, can I get in there and like
That's
help
exactly-
out? Not
yeah.
to get one, to like
To help
do it
out,
together.
just start massaging.
Massage train.
Can you grill really stinky fish while they're getting it done, or just something? Or be like, if you're gonna do the massage, then I get to pick the type of porn we're watching and just put it on.
It seems like the massage is less of a problem for you though than the fights. So is there something when they're like, she's coming up with flowers and the girl to her boyfriend is like, oh,
Yeah.
why doesn't my boyfriend get me flowers?
Just be like, have you guys ever considered like a suicide pact?
I like that
Have
one.
you ever done a mutual suicide?
I don't. You could really just got like, yeah. Why don't you?
Yeah, you could
Really
pick the
take the
side,
side
of
every
the person
time.
you think's gonna kill you less.
Yeah.
And just be like, what the fuck, Chet, or whatever
Yeah.
his name is. Snake. I don't know. You said he was in a bike gang? What the fuck, Death Angel?
Yeah, wait, cyclist
Why
or
doesn't she get
biker?
you flowers? Yeah, what did you say, cyclist or biker?
Cyclist.
Okay.
Oh.
You definitely did say biker.
Right.
Oh, did I say biker?
And we were thinking motorcycle. This
We
is
were
a man in
all
shorts.
thinking it. That's why I was like
Tight
reticent, because I was like, this guy will homicide you. Okay, a cyclist?
Different dude.
Why don't you
Yeah.
tell him to act like a car and
Get out of here.
go get hit by someone? I don't know. I'm trying to think of like how cyclists violate. Oh, be like, hey, dude, why don't you act like you should in traffic and fucking stay in your lane? And then be like, I don't know, and just walk out.
I love that one.
No, because here's the thing. You're not, what they're doing is not mean, it's annoying. And that's the line. So you don't want to be mean, but you definitely have the right to be like, I don't fucking care. And just walk out. And then they'll be so embarrassed. Then she'll write in and be like, my roommate's being a huge bitch. She seems so sad. We wanted to include her.
And we do take the side of whoever writes in, so we will then have to be on her side. I'm so sorry if she writes in.
Yeah. Because we're assuming that you're not a lunatic roommate.
Right. Maybe you guys are massaging more.
She's like, I love my baby. I love my baby so much. Please. Please move on. I didn't want to come here.
You ready for another one?
Yeah.
All right.
Sweating at that one-liner thing. Don't ask me for jokes on the spot, although I did a pretty fire job. Like, just don't.
You did great.
It's just, as a comic, you're like, no one's going to ever come to see me again if I can't nail this cyclist joke.
I think anybody who drove here for a live podcast taping will
From
come
Santa
see you
Claus.
again.
Yeah. From Santa Ana.
Yeah.
It's fucking far.
All right. Michael says, how do I tell the difference between Gen X and elder millennial? I was born in July of 1979, so I'm not sure which category I fit into and would like your advice so I can plan my midlife crisis appropriately.
Okay. He's right here in the front. The second you started reading, he tapped his girlfriend. He goes, "This is me.
This is you. You're Michael.
This is me." I have to tell you something, and it's not advice. And I know in our country, like feelings and facts and advice get conflated. This is a fact. Oh, my nail fell off.
Your nail fell. Mine's still on. We have one nail.
We had matching press-on nails, and it fell off. It won't go back. I've worn out all the sticky. It's a coat. Just because it fit on the... Okay. This is a fact. And I've had a lot of people who are Gen X. They'd be like, no, I'm millennial. It cuts off. Like a hard... The door is closed, bolted shut. You are late for class. You cannot come in, even if you know the owner of the studio. I like how it was like a Pilates class, not like an academic class. 1980. So you are Generation X. So begin that transformation of someone who vividly remembers a decade that I was very small in. You look very, like I'm refusing you like a job right now. You look so sad.
To not be an elder millennial?
What?
To not be a millennial?
Not even an elder. Like you cannot sit with us. And normally.
A baby Gen X.
Yeah, you're very, very young. Almost illegal. You're like a really hot young Gen X. And so you could pass for millennial, but once they ask your music taste and they check your ID, they're going to know that, like, you remember TV before Saved by the Bell. Because we've had people that, like, argue it, and I've seen it argued online, and, like, I did look this up from multiple Google searches. It is 1980. I'm so sorry.
I accept this.
Okay, you accept this challenge. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so midlife crisis-wise, do you feel like you're due for one? Do you think you'll have... Because if you're Gen X, when is it happening?
Well, what is midlife? Everybody's living
this point,
so
is it
long
50?
now. You telling me those people on that Japanese island are having midlife crises at like 68 because they live so long? Midlife crisis was like 40. Remember when you were a kid? I'm looking at you because I think you might be the oldest one here. Remember when you were a kid? Your parents had like over the hill. Remember over the hill was a term? Uh-huh. I'm trying not to look at anyone else that I think might. I'm sorry. I was just. It was not her. Because no one my age has the energy to come from Santa Ana. She was young. She's like, let's run there. Remember, no one says it anymore. I feel like 40 was considered old, and now it's like not a big deal at all. Women are having babies at like 62.
Right.
So I feel like, what was your question?
So the part
midlife
of the
crisis.
question is, right, a midlife crisis, prepping for it. Now you know you're Gen X. So now what's the midlife crisis plan for Gen X?
Just start rewatching Growing Pains and... I don't know, because I could never identify with someone who was born 3 years earlier than me. So I could never begin to put myself in those shoes.
So what's the millennial crisis that's due? Like, what do you think that midlife crisis is going to be?
Well, I don't know, because I mean, I think housing. Do I go back to work? I mean, I think it depends on where you live, I think your crisis is dependent on where you are financially in life and where you are goal-wise, right? For a lot of women, it's like, should I freeze my eggs? Should I have this kid? I think you should never, ever be comfortable in your life. And I know other podcasts will say, like, be grateful. No.
We're not grateful on Ask Iliza Anything. Absolutely
You can be quietly
not.
grateful, and you can be gratitude is like a personal thing, not something that you need to post about. I'm sorry, I'm gonna like die on that hill or soon. And I just want to say, I do think that you should always be like reevaluating yourself and like, what more do I want? What more can I do? Versus being like, I'm great in this, I'm just gonna keep my head down, and like, you should always want more for yourself. So you should always be having a minor crisis in that you're always like, how can I do the next thing that I was meant to do? No? You turtle. You just want to like...
You know that
This is you.
Yeah.
This dog sitting under me.
Yeah, you know that.
I told you today, I was like, I'm trying to claw you away and come and step toward greatness. And you're
That's
like, I
too
just
much
want
work.
to eat this sausage patty.
Oh yeah, you were horrified. I ate a complimentary breakfast at a Best Western this morning. I think it really upset you, Eliza. The photo I sent.
There are ways to eat a complimentary breakfast. Lord knows I've eaten them because I've traveled. That you did not have to make it look so sad.
I came.
Which you did to upset me.
It did look like an asylum plate.
Like it
was one omelet.
It wasn't a metal
and
tray.
one sausage patty, one
like-
dry sausage patty, and some apple juice. Oh, this is sad for everybody.
I just think it's not about the crisis. As you can have a crisis any moment of any day. I just deeply think it's not about a crisis. It's about you should always be questioning if you can do more with what you have. It's not about not being happy. I feel like I was hoping you guys would be like, yeah, and
No,
everyone's like,
this is
oh
not-
fuck,
no.
I was feeling so
Okay,
good.
the fact that it used to be a man would buy a red convertible. Okay,
But not. I think as Bill Burr has a joke about it, like, when else are you supposed to afford that?
well, fair.
Right? And I think, I'm going to buy a pair of Jinkos from the internet because I can afford them now. Like, all the dope shit you wanted when you were younger, you didn't have the money for it. And now you're like a little bit thicker, but you could still wear it. And you might look like a mom in Jinkos, but I bought them with my own money and I didn't have to ask my parents.
Well, is it now buying a Cybertruck?
Get whatever you want, because here's the other kicker. I would buy a Cybertruck.
No. It cuts people's
No!
No.
You don't go silent when I say
This is
better
the
yourselves,
fight.
and then when I didn't even buy it.
Don't.
What's wrong with it?
The pieces are flying off. Please don't sue me, Cybertrucks. The pieces are flying off
if
on the
they did?
highway.
Okay.
If they come after me, it'll cut your finger off. People are getting their hands cut. The batteries are
Don't
dying
put your
on the
hand where a
lots.
door is shutting. Like, don't
What if
tempt the robots.
a baby's finger.
They get caught in regular car doors all the time.
Oh my God.
They do.
Okay. The Cybertruck.
I'm sorry, as a mother, I think I would know. All I was saying was that I don't think a midlife crisis has to be a bad thing. And I also think you should. Here's the kicker. If you're a woman over 25, no one's looking at you anyway. So you may as well buy the thing that you want to fucking buy. Because these socks are cool. And they weren't cheap,
They're
which
what,
was annoying.
ankle ruffle
They're not
socks?
ankle socks.
Okay,
You're not
people
supposed to
are
wear
listening.
those. They're like, oh, sorry. I thought
Tell
you were just
them what
calling out.
you're-
They're ruffled. They're
They're
like little
ruffled.
baby ruffle socks.
Okay. And that was your big purchase for yourself?
Yep. You have to. This podcast doesn't pay much. As a woman, you have to be aware of the fact that nobody cares, but at the same time, like, you could still get it. Like, and you have to decide, like all the time, I'm like, no one's looking, but also, like, I still fuck. And you have to walk around knowing that, like, you could do that anytime.
And it's the socks?
This is just a fun purchase that I did for myself. It came with the Cybertruck. These ruffly socks.
It's to protect you, yeah.
Are you having a midlife crisis? They took your mic away. Oh, is this the wife? Is this the wife? She's like, don't look him in the eye.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. Yeah. Are you?
In an attempt to stay young, I've bought a lot of Legos, and then I like hurt my back putting them together.
Oh,
so,
that.
so here we are.
When most men say young, it's like, I mean, you've got great hair, but like, get a hairpiece, get a younger girlfriend. You're like, I went like toddler young, and I got Legos and a Lunchable.
Wait. Which set did you hurt yourself making?
No, Emily, that's the Mandalorian 1 or 2.
The 89 Batmobile.
Oh, that was worth it. Is it displayed?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a nice nod from the
She's like,
the
it's next to our
partner.
wedding photos.
Yeah.
It was our
That
getaway
feels like
car.
a good crisis. That is an expensive crisis, though.
But wait. Oh, go ahead. Are we using crisis as an umbrella term? Or was it like, you're like, I'm old enough, this brings me joy? No, let's hear from her. This woman is like grabbing her mouth and shaking her head. And the funny thing is, she doesn't even know him. Can we hear from the
We
wife?
want the take, yes, the Lego take.
Go ahead.
It was an eBay purchase.
Oh, no. So you paid scalper prices?
Wait, but regardless of how much you paid for it, I think we all, like, with the rise of nostalgia consumption, like when you go online and there's like, remember the 80s, remember the 90s, like nostalgia accounts, I think people profit off of that because we're all feeling a little disjunct particularly since COVID. So we're all looking for a way to like kind of look back with rose-tinted lenses to remember something like a time when we did feel safer or not as terrified of everything and the news wasn't so in our faces. So I don't mean to get like armchair psychologist about it. Ooh, I gave myself goosebumps at like the idea of my own nostalgia.
Armchair.
Here's an armchair. Yeah, I will be an armchair doctor. When you play with them, like, do you feel safe?
Yeah.
He's like, until I fucking step on them. I don't think that that's like crisis. To me, crisis is like you got a divorce, you sold the house, you bought a boat, and she's like 19.
Here's the thing about Lego. It's kind
the
of like
boat, the
starting
hooker.
gambling or drugs. Are you going to get more?
Absolutely.
So that's the problem.
Yeah,
They're
but not
very
instead of a
expensive.
house, not
Is
instead.
it rude to ask how much he paid for the Batman set?
I don't know. He's right there, Emily.
Will you share with us?
$250.
Okay, see? And that's not unreasonable for these sets. It's an expensive hobby.
Is it?
The Millennium Falcon's $850.
This
Yeah.
podcast is becoming something I don't
Yeah.
want to talk about. I was giving you
apologize.
the freedom to express yourself. I mean, also, like, considering what a middle-age crisis is normally painted as, I think that's a pretty tame one. It's not an attractive one, but it's it's a tame one, and it's a chance as an adult to, like, finally get to do the thing that you want. You probably couldn't have had that as a kid, right? Because the movie didn't come
Definitely
out. Okay.
So is this all the justification you need now that you feel good about his choices?
She's throwing up. Like, she is. This woman has been convulsing in the front row the whole time. Anyways, you're Generation X, so enjoy that. Tax
Thank you.
break for the elderly? I don't know.
3 years
It's
older
3
than
years.
you.
I'm so smug about it.
So smug.
So smug.
So smug.
Check back in about the crisis when you start gambling on golf just to feel something.
Just to feel alive.
Oh,
Yeah.
A hilarious new stand-up special from comedy legend Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, is coming to Hulu November 22nd. This Thanksgiving, see Jim in a whole new light as he gives you the inside scoop on everything from parenting teenagers to weight loss and gaslighting family members. For everyone in need of a happy hour, the new hilarious stand-up special, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, premieres November 22nd, streaming on Hulu.
Everybody sleeps, but no two people sleep alike. At Coop Sleep Goods, we celebrate the way you sleep differently. We believe everyone deserves a great night's sleep with their own pillow, and the adjustable, customizable Coop pillow makes it easy. Whether you're a side sleeper, back sleeper, or even a starfish, we've got the perfect pillow for you. Crafted with our innovative memory foam and microfiber fill, our hypoallergenic pillows adjust to you, not the other way around. Just tailor the fill for the perfect fit. Add some in, take some out, until your pillow's just right for you. See why luxury hotels and spas worldwide feature Coop Sleep Goods and why we have tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. With our 100-night risk-free trial, you've got nothing to lose, except those sleepless nights. Get up to 50% off selected items during our Black Friday Cyber Monday sale when you visit coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy.
All right, we have a question from Alana. Best friend, 39 female, lives with me, 35 female, and my husband, 39 male. Oof. She and I lived together before I got married. My husband and I offered for her to live with us to help her save up because rent in our area is so high. It has been a year and she hasn't saved or made plans to leave. How can I tell her it's time?
Is she in the home or in a guest house? How much
Guest
money do
house,
you have?
yeah.
No, is she in the home? She's in a guest. Where's she?
She's in the home. She's
in the home.
Yeah.
Is
Do you have
it-
her own room?
Yes, she has her own room.
Do you share a bathroom with her?
No, she has her own bathroom. It's the guest bathroom. It's like the
Yeah.
home bathroom.
We file this under the category of friends being afraid to talk to their friends. What's the worst that could happen? You offend her so deeply that she moves out. It's just uncomfortable, but she knows it's not right. Right?
Is she?
I don't think she does.
Oh, and
she's
not,
like very comfy.
She's like, and like she massages my feet all the time.
She's always massaging my husband's feet. No, I'm just kidding.
really into biking.
Is she paying any amount of token rent?
She pays rent, yeah. It's
Okay.
just a heavily discounted from like what she would pay somewhere else.
Elsewhere.
Yeah.
Can you Google places and send them to her? Is that passive aggressive?
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
And like slip it under her door that you like pay for.
Yeah. Uninstall the
You
door.
gotta have a come to Jesus. And you've got to just sit down. And I would not do it with your husband.
Yeah.
Because you have to just like man up to this woman. You're just gonna be like, hey, I talk to you. I think it's time to like, and give her the, like, hey, if you need a few months, and that's it. You don't even have to qualify it. And I think a real friend would be like, totally. And I bet you she'll be like, it's been on my mind. I mean, no, you think she's like, hey, what's for dinner? Like every night.
Yeah, what's the vibe? Is she taking up a lot of space? Is she cleaning up the dishes? Is she doing anything for you?
No.
Oi. Is she paying, if she paid like a real amount of rent, which no one really rents a room in someone's home. It's more than like a guest. Like if she paid more, would it be an issue? Or is it that she's in the space where you guys fuck?
A little bit. Yeah, we never know like her comings and goings. So we have to kind of like coordinate our lives around that, which is kind of like uncomfortable. There's also like, we've had to have a conversation about where she can hang out for hours on end watching Sex and the City.
Oh,
really
Wait,
loudly
the old
in the living
season
room.
or the new one? You're talking
The
about
old
like
one,
just
the
like
old
that?
one, the old one.
Well, then what's the problem?
But it's like, from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on a day off, it's kind of like, can you go in your own room instead of our living
you
room?
need to pull your friend aside,
Yeah.
like ASAP, like tonight, and just be like, and
When
just
you get home.
all you can do is this from the highest light, from the kindest way, because like you didn't mean it to be mean, and you've been so generous. And hopefully she will jump in and be like, you're right, and I could never afford this. I mean, does she have a job? Will she be destitute? Excuse me.
No, she has a
without you?
job. She has a job. It's just South Orange County rent is astronomical. So
Sure.
it's,
What does she do?
She's a yoga and bar instructor like me.
Okay. She can live anywhere. It's like a digital nomad. Like everybody needs yoga. Everybody takes bar. Like you can move somewhere with cheaper rent. And quite frankly, at that age, is your friend like that kind of friend that's like, I'm never going to get it together? Or is she someone that like could get it together with like a normal apartment?
You're gonna make a real judgment.
It's not your
not.
responsibility. Yeah, it's
maybe
not your
not.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Like you did a really nice thing and you could give her a leeway and be like, hey, like, can we make a plan within the next like 4 months, save up or try to find something? But like, she's not your daughter. And you want to live with your husband and like, it's totally normal to want to do couple things, walk around naked.
Massaging feet.
I think you just put it to her and you don't even need to candy coat it because you've actually done a really nice thing. But I'm just like, in saying this, hopefully like empowering you to be like, yeah, it's the right thing. You're not pulling the rug out from under her. You're not pulling the wool over her. You're not putting one over her. I'm trying to think of how many prepositions involving carpeting. You got it. She's got to go.
Yeah.
Is that why you asked the question? You want to hear someone else tell you she's got to
Yes.
go? Yeah, she's got to go.
Do
Thank
you
you.
play this for her later?
She is a fan, and I was like, maybe I just like send the episode super. I'm just kidding. I won't do
Should have
that.
brought her
That's why
and then done it
I
anonymously.
didn't tell her I was coming because of that.
Well, we have her here. Susan. She's not here. She just falls through the ceiling.
And we can share your name on this podcast.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, all right.
Alana.
Then this might take care
It's
of
a
it.
unique name. Like
What's
there's no
the
getting
What's
around
the friend's name?
it. Casey.
Casey, you're fucked. You gotta go. Casey, your friend has done the kindest thing for you, and I know you could be better on your own 2 feet. You don't have to feel any guilt about it. I want to just like relieve you of that.
Yeah.
Like you're just
Thank
like
you.
you've done so much, so just in the kindest way, be like, hey, let's come with a plan. But I think we're gonna start living by ourselves. Pick a date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting 9/11. Just pick 9/11.
That's a good date. That's a good date.
You remember, right, sir? Because all the Gen Z in here are like, it's a reference point, but like I don't.
I mean, that's a nice husband that has had your friends
Yeah.
for a year. That's a good guy.
He's the best.
Wow.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
That's wow. That's kind.
Yeah,
Thank you.
everything's kind of going for you. Just get this girl out. Sorry, Casey. We do love you too.
No, we do. Casey, you can write in and be like, my best friend kicked me out after I gave her all this
And
money.
we'll say, how
after
dare
I rubbed
she?
her feet every night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. We got a question from DJ, who is not here.
That was my DJ is here?
No.
Oh, that was my
Abs-
nightmare
if
that
they're
they would
here,
be-
I don't know how they got here.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard someone go, I'm here. Someone just made a noise. Okay, DJ's not here.
No. Hi, Iliza and Emily. Appropriate length question that isn't about a wedding here. We appreciate that. My brother-in-law has been balding for years. It looks objectively bad. Patchy, thinning, frizzy. Think early George Costanza. The whole family thinks he should shave his head. He's a pretty sensitive guy, and so we're all afraid of saying anything. My brother-in-law is very into his looks and shoes and clothes, which is why I'm surprised by this hair choice. Should we bite the bullet and encourage him to shave it before it gets worse? Let nature take its course and let him slowly turn into Larry David? Some more context. Number one.
Billionaire? Like who produced like some of the best comedies of all time?
He is incapable of growing a beard. Oh. This is...
It's a beard-loving crowd. They've all...
No. Number two, my husband has a gorgeous head of hair and fabulous salt and pepper beard.
And it's his brother?
His brother. So there is some hair envy going on in their sibling rivalry. I am a 33-year-old woman. My husband is a 36 man. My brother-in-law is 40. He is my husband's older brother, just in case you couldn't do that math. Excellent.
Thank you.
Okay.
I guess my question is, why do you care so much?
Oh,
You're
about
not
him.
Emily, why do you care? No. to DJ, you're not sleeping with him. You like the guy. I can't actually tell if you like him or not, like as a person.
It seems like you're fine,
He's
but that
not
the whole family is just upset.
It sounds like the whole family is talking shit, which, by the way, like, I'm not above that. Like, just secretly ganging up on a family member for the fun of it and, like, doing it under the guise of, like, I'm so concerned. It's, like, the safest way to talk shit on someone.
Yeah.
Is like, oh, it's blood, though, so you can't, like, ditch me because I'll see you at Thanksgiving. It just sounds like the whole family is talking shit about it. It might look bad, but, like, I guess deep down, like, what do you really get from telling this guy? Like, I understand it might make him look better, but I can't help but feel like there's a grain of something else there. Like the schadenfreude of, like, saying this to someone. Because in society, we do expect men to have a full head of hair. And I do think men are horrible to women. Like, remember rape? But I'm serious. Like, it is so, we have, like, the shit end of the stick. They're leaving. My assistant's like, I can't do this anymore. I can't deal with her. Men are unfairly horrible to women at every turn. That being said, the way we pay it back is by, like, expecting all guys to, like, never go bald. These are genetic things. The guy is doing the best he can. I think that is a horrible thing to have to go through, to, like, lose your hair like that. And he's holding on to it, or he doesn't know. If you're doing it from the bottom of your heart because you know that people are making fun and women are, it's like hurting your chances, then there's a loving way to say it. But something about this doesn't feel like that. Something about this feels like it's going to feel like a little good to, like, tell him, like, well, shame on you for not growing hair.
Right, because if you know, they're saying, like, that the whole family's gotten together and said he should shave his head.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, there are hot baldies. We got Vin Diesel.
Is that your first reference?
Vin Diesel.
The lead
Paul
of
Scheer.
the Fast and Furious franchise.
Vin Diesel, Paul Scheer, Hot Scotty.
I was going to say, you guys want me to jump in and take this one, or what's happening?
Okay, Scott, I didn't throw it to you because I was like, what if he doesn't know he's bald?
Oh, I almost didn't let you finish the question. Yeah, no, tell the guy to shave his head. Very sweet what you were saying.
I didn't want to throw you under the bus.
No, round the wagons and tell this guy, you look crazy. Shave your head, dude.
But just her, and just say it, like, as your sister-in-law. Hopefully he, like, thinks you're cool.
Right.
Like, you guys have done stuff together. You don't want it to be like, we don't get along, and then one drunk night, you're like, shave your head, you fucking loser. Like,
right.
And it has to come from the sweetest, most sincere, like, I want you to be your best, and I think you would look really great. And just start taping pictures of, like, hot
Vin
bald
Diesel.
guys. Of The Rock.
The Rock.
Is The Rock bald?
He's got hair back, right? No? Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Hair back.
He used to have hair in Walking Tall.
Who's the guy from Smallville that had a shaved head?
Oh, Michael Rosenbaum, Lex Luthor. I think that was a cap.
Yeah, because his head was like 1.5 sizes.
He has a
bigger than
very
regular
successful podcast.
So come on and give us some tips about
balls.
Anyways, if you are giving him that advice from a really kind place of, like, I really want you to look your best, and do it quietly. And stop talking about it with your family, because that makes it feel a little pernicious.
Should it come from, coming from the brother is tough because the brother is competition, right? Coming from her is tough if they're not close. Like, do you want someone who you don't really know, your brother's, your husband's sibling, to come to you and be like, this looks bad?
It depends on the relationship. So that was my
Right.
advice. My advice is if you guys have a lovely relationship, say it like as his cool sister, like I love you so much. I just wondering, like, just to put it to him.
Yeah. And I know you were concerned. You're wondering why the whole family's talking about it. I saw a person the other day who was just bald in the middle top, like a monk. And it was wildly distracting because the lights were all reflecting. And I was staring.
Were they tall? Because sometimes when like people are tall,
He
like
was
you're not gonna see it.
leaned over. And
So
I was
how
just,
often are you?
there was so much light glare coming off.
But I think this also, like, if we're gonna be true feminists about this, like, what do we expect from men? The guy's genetically bald. Like, is it more
Right.
pleasing to your eye if he shaves it? Like,
Yes.
it's not like it's like scabbing. Like, who cares?
Right.
Right?
Yeah, but it just looks better shaved.
If you could do it nicely, because we definitely have a problem in our society with anybody that doesn't look perfect. We're like, you should kill yourself. And they're like, I'm trying to lose the weight. Like, not I'm trying to kill myself. Like, if we could all just be a little bit nicer to people who don't look perfect.
Well, I do also wonder, some people must have weird shaped heads, and you don't know until you shave it.
Is he like parting it? Like the forehead, like
what
Mr.
do you
Burns? Like,
mean?
is he parting it and adding like a bow? Like, is he flagrant about
This
it?
is his, he's 40. This is his midlife crisis. He needs to shave his head. That feels like
The
a
crisis
good
is to shave it
midlife
or to keep
crisis.
what we have. Maybe he thinks he has. Because also, if you recall, and I do because I watch it every night before I go to bed on Seinfeld, George Costanza had a thick head of hair around the sides. So he's like, I don't want to give up sunk cost fallacy. I don't want to give up the thick part that I do have.
Yeah.
Because then you have to get rid of all that beautiful hair that's just from the ears down.
Did he ever have a beard? I feel like he probably
No.
can't grow
Judge?
a beard.
No.
George, yeah.
It's interesting he can't grow a beard. I wonder what that's about. I thought that was like every man's God-given right.
We got a beardy. Yeah. The fact that that was a comment, like, were they hoping it would distract to say, like, number one
I think we're
fact
losing
about
the
this
audience.
man?
I gotta be honest. I think we're losing the women in the audience.
The bald,
I can
bald
feel
thing.
them like, this is not a great topic. I don't care. So many women are like, I'll grow a beard. if
Okay,
I
we got to
want.
move on from.
Grow a fucking beard all day.
Okay, we're moving on from baldy. Shave it. Anonymous.
Shave it.
Hi, AI crew. I have a twist on AITA. Should I have been an asshole? My husband, A, and I met through a male friend in common, D, his coworker, my high school friend, 10 years ago. Yes, you got it.
I was still trying to do the acronym of like, should I have been the asshole?
Met 10 years ago.
Sorry.
They both knew this guy through different methods.
Me and my husband met 10 years ago
via a mutual friend.
via a mutual friend.
Yes.
Yes.
He saw me at our friend's birthday party, but was too shy to talk to me, so he had to ask our friend later to introduce us. It's a cute but long story and not the point of my question. Perfect. We started dating, got civil married 2 years later, then had our wedding party 2 years after that in 2018. We didn't really keep up with our friend much, went to a couple of his birthday get-togethers and chatted from time to time, but not much else. But we obviously invited him to our wedding party. For our wedding, we initially didn't give my close high school friends a +1 to keep a cap on guests, but as other people RSVP'd no, enough spaces opened up for my friends to have a +1.
For my friends to bring strangers to my wedding.
To fill out those seats. So I messaged my friends, the women of the friend group, in our group chat, letting them know they all had a +1. D was not in this group chat, but at that moment when I sent the message, he was with one of the other friends, J, hanging out. Jay told D about the message, and D immediately texted me asking if he could have a +1 as well. I didn't even know that D had a girlfriend, and he had recently gone through a breakup with a long-term girlfriend. He would have married her if they hadn't broken up. I was very bothered by this, but I ended up letting him bring his girlfriend. Obviously, they didn't last long and broke up a couple of months later, but I stayed mad with D and Jay and even told her eventually, though I can't remember the outcome of this. Should I have said no?
What? I've never had someone like, should I have not done the thing that I did
Well,
do?
here's the thing.
And it doesn't affect anything.
Every question we get, someone else out there, it's happened to them. Or they can apply the advice in another way.
First of all, where you messed up was you got the benefit of being a woman, which was I was just doing this for the girls. No man,
Right.
and if they do, then they're total losers. No man's ever going to be like, come on, I want to be one of the girls. No man ever wants the women benefits.
Right.
So you can always be like, girls only, girls not. No husband, no boyfriend's like, I want to come on a girls' night. Said literally no man. Women want to like hang out with the boys. Men never want to. My husband, I've seen him literally do a 180 on his heels when he sees me talking to another woman in the kitchen. Like he's like, can I make you guys food? No, and he just leaves. There's no chiming in, no nothing. So you should have done that. You should have stood your ground. Your issue is that he didn't even marry this girl, and you knew that they were in a good relationship, and you had to have her to your wedding. So you feel like, okay, here's this girl that I didn't even like. But at the same time, let's think about all the girls that brought their dates. Like, are they still with those guys?
Well, right. I
Or
think
girls that they dated?
the real problem is the girl who got the text, the group text, saw that D wasn't on it and still turned to D and said, "Oh, did you get a +1?"
Do you think she did it that maliciously, or she was
Not
just like,
even.
oh, we're
I
all in
just-
this group text?
I think I think women are more cognizant of like, was this person invited to this party too?
It's not her fault. It's D's fault for having, it was just so rude to
Asking.
text and be like, can I do it? Like, if you were not given the option, then that means it's not an option to you.
Does he get any more standing for having introduced these people that
No,
are getting
it's
married?
enough. It's enough.
They don't owe him anything.
No.
Okay.
No, and that was years ago, and it's like a cute story. Your issue is, should I have done it? And the answer is, it doesn't matter because you did it. But for anybody listening, never forget that it's your wedding.
Yeah.
And I mean, at my wedding, I, like, off the record to friends, I was like, unless you've been dating for more than 6 months, like, I don't want that person at my wedding. And I don't think that that's unfair. Like, you want people that it will be meaningful, not just like an interloper who's just like looking.
Well, what if you have somebody that doesn't know anyone else at your wedding? Wouldn't you rather they have a +1 to occupy them so they're not hanging off of you?
No, here's the other thing. If you have enough single friends at your wedding, because that was like, the idea is you guys can all hang out. Not every wedding has to be this romantic exchange where you're all slow dancing. Like, you can just go, you will know other people. I didn't invite anyone where they don't know anyone. Like, I'm sorry that you all have like working sex organs. Like, you don't always have to use them every single night. Like, you could just hang out.
Yeah.
I've gone to plenty of events where I am not sleeping with anyone there, and I was able to have a perfectly normal conversation. I just don't see why it always has to be, like, why can't it just be a hang for a minute?
Yeah.
You guys are so quiet. Okay, good. I'm serious. And by the way, I get being single. Like, I get when I was single, like, hunting to kill. I was like, are there cute guys there? If not, I don't want to go. No, I don't want to go hang out with my married friends. No, I don't want to hold your baby. No, I don't want to go. My friends would be like, you made us leave the bar. I'm like, because everyone was ugly. Like, why would I waste, like, egg count, calories, energy, exhaustion if you're trying to find someone to be with? And that's totally okay. It doesn't have to be every night of your life. But I think so often as girls in particular, we're told, like, yeah, just go and hang out. You're like, okay, but this took time and money and effort to get ready. And those are calories I'm going to have to work off if I want to look cute. And this is just the math. This is just the girl math. So that goes for boys too. Like, you don't always, he'll find someone to have sex with. But I'm just saying, you don't always, it doesn't, just because it's a wedding doesn't mean like you have to have a date. You
Right.
could just go and see your friends. Like, we all know each other. Thank you. Needed
Yeah,
that
there we
during
go.
it. Not at the end when I get like insecure. I'm like, oh no, I've lost them.
I know. They're trying.
This is all to say, like, if you are a girl who's single, I said this to a friend recently. I was like, your married friends don't care if you die on the vine. So quit spending Friday nights like hanging out in their living room, like, and go out with your single friend and go find someone. Because their married friends are just in a different place. It's hard to hear, but I think single girls will appreciate that. I get it. I don't care if you guys like me. Because you're going to leave and you're going to be like, she was right. I'm so horny and I'm tired of hanging out with my married friends. By the way, can we all take a minute to acknowledge that Emily wore a blazer?
I brought my nice blazer. What?
Did you wear it for work this week?
No,
or
I'm not wearing it for work. I brought it for you.
Thank
I am
you.
wearing my nice tops for work, and I did wear my t-shirt here, but that's because it's a nice t-shirt.
Yeah, you look really good.
I do have tops that my mom gave me, and she said, you need to wear these.
You look like Paula Poundstone.
Oh.
In the best way. In the
My
best,
sneaks?
chicest.
My sneakers that are literally for walking. I got them at a walking store, so they look horrific.
You walk in, you're like, I don't want to go too
Brooks
fast.
brand. Yeah, these aren't running. These aren't hiking. These are walking.
What? There's no way there's a
They
difference.
fitted them. I went to a store where they made me walk, and they looked at my gait. And then they tried to sell me $20 socks. My mom bought these for me.
For this store where they're like, here, stand in this line. We want to see, like, just go wait in this line at checkout to see how these fit, and then sit down in your shoes.
They had me walk back and forth.
You didn't want running shoes. You thought
These were literally, I bought them a few years ago. My mom bought them for me to work the convention, which is, I came
lot
out
of
here to work
walking.
a convention. You stand for 8 hours and talk to people. So
we could do a movie about you that you're like a Paul Blart, but for conventions. And like you
Do I
take
get
it seriously.
can I tell you, one of my greatest wishes in life is to ride a Segway. Have you ever ridden one?
I thought you said write a segue. I'm like, to what? Sorry. Ride a Segway. I mean, I think people wiping out on Segways is like the most delicious type of like, fuck you, you dork. Like when they like spin and they go with a helmet on. Oh my
Steve
God.
Wozniak used to play Segway polo, and it was just all tech guys on Segways playing polo.
Just suing each other for billions of dollars.
Oh, you hit me with your Segway.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We could get that set up for you.
I was going to say, we could probably crowdfund the $28 to get you on there for 2
To
hours.
rent
You have
one.
a lot of money, right? You buy those Legos. You got that cash.
Rent one. I need to do a tour one day. I'll do a Segway tour, and it'll be great.
I'm just seeing your hair like wafting in the wind. You're like, here I come, putting these walking shoes to no use.
I feel like walking shoes are exactly what you need to wear on a Segway.
Yeah.
You're on a Segway just like, I've given up. I can't take this tour around art places in Charleston. I got to get on a Segway.
That is definitely peak American. You don't see them in Europe, but the streets are too bumpy. But like when you see them on Hollywood Boulevard on the Segway, like a whole family of idiots.
In Boston. I always see them in Boston.
Boston. That's rough. That is a commitment to mediocrity. I guess if you're on a real tour,
Yeah. I bought that unicycle I haven't ridden, so I can't buy a Segway.
You bought a unicycle?
I bought a unicycle, and then I didn't have any flat space with a railing to ride it in.
With a railing?
I need to like practice. I need to start and have something to help me.
Why'd you buy a unicycle?
Because I thought that I could do it in my house.
Why?
I thought that I had
Why did you
space.
think that?
I had a new house, and I was like, look at all the space I can unicycle in here. And
You
I
bought a home.
And then I bought
And
a
your
unicycle.
first thought was, I got to get a unicycle.
Yeah. It's in I have the pads, I have the helmet.
Having never done a physical activity, you were like, I'm going to do what the acrobats
I'm
do.
on a unicycle, yeah. Wouldn't that be cool? What if I rolled up? What if I had come in here on a unicycle? Wouldn't everybody have lost their minds?
Yes.
Yes.
It would have been the most I'd ever seen you move.
Yeah. It would have been incredible.
Have I seen you run? Have you ever run in front of me?
I've probably done like a crossing the street
Like a shimmy.
shuffle.
Yeah.
Her shoes aren't rated for that.
No. Can't go too hard.
Are these regulation?
No.
You break
Got me.
3.6 and it's over. Those things
Yeah.
are flying off, yeah.
I got a thick pair of socks on.
Is it like a compression thing?
No.
Okay. You bought them a while ago.
I just bought the night before I flew out here. I bought just a pack of socks.
Man,
Have fresh
don't let-
socks for my whole trip.
Don't let anyone tell you you're not living. You're not doing it right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna.
It's me, Emily. Keep it sensual.
Doing our own sound effects.
Emily, is this from the podcast or from when you worked? Is from
This is from the podcast when we used to record when we were in the same place, and
Yeah.
I was your assistant, and we were in the same office, and I would just move to the other side of the room to record.
Yeah.
I don't remember why you had that button, but you let me take it when I left. What a gift!
It's made in China. You don't see that very often. Just notice that. It's imported.
All right, we got a good question.
Unlike the rest of you losers. Thanks
They
for
were all
nothing.
wonderful. I, again, selected them just like I selected this audience, or it was at random.
That's why you wore the blazer, because you're a magician. Because you're the conductor.
I did have a magic kit as a child. Does that surprise you in any way? No. No. No.
Do you still have it?
I bought pieces of another magic kit that are somewhere in my house. But
all my hamsters are buried in it. I can't get it out. All right.
Oh. All right, this is from Savannah. My grandfather got together with my grandma's doctor after she passed away from Alzheimer's. She is more than 30 years younger than him and a definite liar, saying I called her a bitch. I really didn't. I want him to be happy, but I don't think she's a safe choice. Can I do anything?
And she's the doctor?
She's the doctor.
That's so horrible. That's a
gotta
good
be
Lifetime movie.
Malpractice or something. Or that's just been bad taste. I don't know if it's illegal. It's just bad taste, right?
It was always bad taste.
Yeah. So grandma died.
Grandma died. This was her general practitioner. She went into an Alzheimer's home, passed away after about a year. We were living with him at the time. About a month afterwards, he's just not coming home. Like it just doesn't come home.
You
at
were
night.
living with him?
We were living with him
Okay.
while we were looking for a new place.
Yeah.
But we were living with him, and he just wouldn't come home sometimes. And I would get so worried because he's 83.
Oh.
Like, He's 83. He's not coming home at night. I don't.
In her 50s?
She's 50.
Does he have money?
50?
Does he have money? That's a fair question.
A fair amount, but as a doctor, I would assume that she does too.
No, I mean,
yeah, but
I don't. I mean, no. I don't think they all make a lot of money. Also, I think the term for a female doctor is doctress.
well, she's a doctor's bitch.
And is she a bitch? Okay, let me ask you this: Is she a bitch, or did what she did was bitchy to you? Like, is she pound for pound a bitch?
I didn't love that she was my grandmother's general practitioner.
That's what I'm saying. Can you separate? I'm just asking you to like go through this exercise and keep in mind I have a film degree, and that's it. Mm-hmm. And my bio says award winning, but I only won one award ever.
Qualified.
Just the one. Qualified. Yeah. Is it her or is it what she did?
I would say it's what she did and then the actions afterwards.
What were the actions afterwards?
Where I was like, I didn't do that. I never even had a conversation with her. Besides, I met her, hugged her, introduced myself, and that was it.
That's all you said. And then Grandpa one day was like, by the way, Judy said,
well, because I was like, why isn't Sarah coming around? Why isn't Sarah like hanging out with us, like hanging out as a family if she's your girlfriend now? And she's like, well, Sarah's convinced that you think she's a bitch. And I was
think
like,
she's a bitch.
Well,
so,
no, said. Thanks, because you said it. Which is what he said. No, I'm being so honest. She said that you called her a bitch when you walked through the door. And I was like, that's just not true.
Right.
That's just not true. And I was like, I would love to correct that with Sarah. I haven't seen her since.
Is that a problem though?
No, not for me.
Right.
But then he stops coming around.
You're like, I wish she'd come back more so I could call her a bitch.
So I could call her a bitch.
But Grandpa is hanging out with her still.
Yes. They are in a relationship.
Okay. Your issue is that you loved your grandma very much. And this woman, it feels unethical that she's dating your grandfather. Mm-hmm. If he hadn't said that to you, now keep in mind, Grandpa may have made that up, not even to be mean. Like, he may have twisted it. And it could be that, I'm just putting this out there.
No, rock my world, please.
It could be that thing where two women have a problem with each other and the man is the innocent one in the middle. Unfortunately, this is an 83-year-old grandfather. And so you're not going to have any ill will toward him. But it feels like both of you are operating under like two different sets of information. Like, you're assuming she thinks you called her a bitch. Maybe she's over there assuming that you think she's a bitch, which you do, because you don't think it's ethical to have done that. If that wasn't the doctor and this was just a 50-something-year-old woman that he met, would you have a problem with Grandpa having moved on?
No.
Okay. I think if you want to relieve yourself of this agita, the only way to do this is to drop by the next time they're over and either say nothing and just start over or square it away. Because I bet you say it and she's like, I never said that. And then it's like, Peepaw, why'd you say that? And then he's like, I never said that. Like, it just feels like you're going through like a second channel. Or she's a fucking bitch. But it just seems like, I'm like, the answer lies with Grandpa. Like, if you asked him about it right now, should we call him?
No. No.
Call
He's
him
83.
and be like,
It's 8 p.m.
I'm
Leave
saying,
him
is he at breakfast for tomorrow?
He's probably at her house.
Yeah. No.
It could be like those Tony Robbins things where it's like, call your boyfriend and break up with him now if you really want to succeed. Do you want to call your grandma and be like, did I call her a bitch? Do you really think I called her a bitch?
So he would drop by at my work and ask me to try to square things away. And I was like, I would love to. When can we meet for lunch? We would set a day.
She doesn't want to.
And she just wouldn't show up on the day.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Because she's embarrassed. She's
Yeah.
embarrassed. She knows you loved your grandma and she slipped right in there. She
I think
doesn't
she's
wanna look
doing
you in the
something
face.
unethical.
Yeah.
The good news is you didn't call her a bitch and you can hold your head high, and it sucks that he is like not taking your side.
Yeah.
So I think you need to talk to Grandpa and be like, you need to talk to your girlfriend and just be like, she never did. Can we move on? Because you're the family first. That being said, he's probably like lonely and he probably enjoys spending time with her.
Absolutely. I want him to be happy. That's why I was like, if he's with anybody, whatever. But
it is weird that she's like avoiding it.
Yeah.
But I do think your grandpa kind of being in the middle is like typical guy behavior. And I do wonder if something got kind of like lost. And so I guess it comes down to like, what means more to you? Squaring this away or just keeping it as is? Like, because you're going to want to see your grandpa and he's probably going to bring her to like holidays and stuff. You can always pull her to the side and give her the benefit of the doubt and be like, hey, just real quick, like surprise her and she'll be like, I just want to let you know, I never called you a bitch. I if you thought you heard that, like, be like, but I have no reason to think that. And like, if you gave her the space to be like, yeah, and I'm so sorry, and I know this is weird, but I really love your grandpa. You just have not talked to this woman.
I can't get her in the room with me.
You can't, I'm saying, yeah, it's not your fault. You also, like, this woman swooped in after your grandma, who you love very much, died. So it's already not a great look. And you've been accused of something that you didn't do, which may or may not be her fault. And now you can't speak to her, so it makes her look even worse. If anything, she should prove something to you, but Grandpa's not allowing for that to happen because he's pitting these two women against each other. Come on, Grandpa, like, get it together.
Is she real? Like, you've seen her at
I've
events?
seen her. She came to my grandmother's wake.
Is your grandpa at least getting like free medical advice? Like, is she going to take care of him as
I
he
need
gets
to know how
older?
much money he has right now.
I would say he has a nice sum of probably about $3 million in his
All right. Is that enough to
I don't know if
marry
that's
an
enough.
83-year-old? If you're
Is
a
he
50-year-old
a
doctor?
good-looking man?
For his age, yes.
What's
Do
the
you want to see a
hair?
picture?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm like, please don't make me say your grandpa's not hot. Is she attractive?
Turn on my phone.
Is she attractive?
She's 30 years younger than him,
Right.
so he's got a good thing regardless.
Yeah.
Conventionally attractive is not up to me. So,
Does he spend money, like, or is he pretty frugal?
depending on what it is, he's willing to drop some money.
It's just sticky, and it just feels like how you're not.
Do you want to
supposed
see a
be
picture of
friends
them
with your
together?
therapist.
Yes,
Yeah.
both.
Can I see with both of their shirts off?
No.
Giving each other a massage. Yes.
Just yeah.
I watched this Lifetime movie. Probably Denise Richards was in it, or Natasha Henstridge, any of my loves. But the grandma was still alive, and so the nurse was there, like slowly killing her to marry the grandpa. So,
Are you when did they start seeing each other?
a month after.
No. I mean, like, since when? Like, has this been a month after, and it's been since Christmas, or?
Well, like going up to my grandmother getting put in the home, they were seeing, like, she was her doctor for 3 years before that.
So they knew each
Oh my-
other.
Yeah.
Right. So they've trauma bonded. To be
Was
honest,
was the GP that attached to grandma?
no, but I'm saying,
I
like,
don't
they've
think
been
so.
through this together.
What's
Pretty hot.
the? Is that?
Is that grandma?
That's her.
Oh, that's the lady. Okay.
Well, you thought she was
She's
80.
cupping his breast. He's 600 pounds, 700 pounds. No, he's normal. He's normal.
Does he have a good head of hair? Describe this for the people at home.
Right,
And
I
the
forgot
people
this
in the
is a
audience.
podcast. I'm sorry. I'm
No
just
one
like
is
getting
looking at
lost
this.
in your
I
grandma's
know.
eyes. Look, this is they both look pretty young. Like, your grandpa does not look like an 83-year-old man.
Yeah.
He really doesn't.
This looks like you're going to sing me a song because you're sitting on the step.
Let me tell
Do
you.
you want to see it? Oh, I locked her phone.
Oh my
There's
god.
a cat in a.
Oh,
is that a
I wanted
washing
to show you my cat earlier. Yeah.
machine? In a washing machine.
In the washing machine.
What's your cat's name?
No,
this where we wanna
She
pose
took
our
her
cats?
out.
Okay.
We took her out. She likes to be in there.
I think it feels unethical. I am not a doctor, so I don't know if that type of bonding is normal, but it sounds like no. I mean, that's
All
a
right.
pretty intense relationship for 3 years, and they probably confided in each other. And Grandpa also, I think with something like that, as grandmas, this is so awful, but like health declines, like he's still mentally with it and stuff. So he
Right.
probably mentally not had moved on, but was thinking about the rest of his life, and he can still. I don't think there's any wrong way to mourn like the loss of like the love of your life, and it's fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
I wonder if doctor is like a little bit embarrassed and like kind of doesn't want the judgment.
Probably.
And so she manifested like this thought. She's like, she called me a bitch because what I did was kind of wrong. Like it's,
Yeah.
and she's doing it so she doesn't have to see you.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, you have a choice. You can either blow it wide open or allow this to be like what prevents grandpa from being at a holiday. I asked about how long they've been together. Like, has this prevented Christmas together? Has this prevented a birthday together?
It not as of late, no, but like officially.
there? At those
For
things?
holidays, no. Mm-mm.
He comes by himself.
He'll come by himself, and then he'll say that she'll drop by, and then she just never does.
You could always, if you really, do you want to get to know her, or are you just like completely grossed
No,
out?
I'm genuinely like just wanting to get to know her at this point because it's
Yeah.
just my grandpa is 83 years old. Like he
Right.
looks good, but he's 83.
I would, if you want to, because it sounds like you really are coming from a very good place, I would text her. I just would. Hey, Dr. Lawsuit. Hey. Be like, I know you and my grandpa spent a lot of time together. I would love the chance to get to know you. Maybe we can all, and like put a heart emoji so it doesn't look like, hey, I would love that you like, You know, and if she doesn't respond to that, then she's a fucking weirdo who does what she did.
Right.
But I think you will feel better. And then in a perfect world, you meet her and she is actually a lovely person and she's not trying to replace your grandma. But I think it's bothering you enough to write in to Drive from Santa Ana. I think you send her a text. And just like be like, I would love to grab coffee all together. You don't have to do it just the two of you. She's not trying to be like your new
Do all
mom.
three so that
the
she
three
won't
of you.
cancel.
But see, that is my dream. I think that'd be so fun. Like, I think that would genuinely be so fun to like see how it would go.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what they think that I've done, honestly. Because
You can just call.
Nothing,
I feel like I give a lot of advice on this podcast, and I'm like, I don't know if I could actually do that, but I do think this is the right thing. Because you didn't call her a bitch, you don't even have to reference that.
Yeah.
Because it's such a squirrely, weird thing. And it could come out that like she's like, I never said that. And then you're like, grandpa, and you don't really want to fight with your grandpa, and you kind of don't care. What you want is for him to be okay. And that is what is driving this interaction. So it's just would love to do coffee, all three of us. Like invite her specifically. Be like, how about this Friday? Like ask him like when they were gonna hang out and be like, how about this? Like a time that she can't say no to. And then you don't even have to reference the bitch thing. Just be like, I feel like we never really got to know each other. And if there's a reason for that, because like you almost don't want to like give it credence. Like you almost don't want to mention the bitch thing because then she'll like relive it. Because either she made it up and she's crazy or she didn't and it's fine. And if she's crazy, you're going to find out and then you can be like, great, well, maybe grandpa will see it. But he's going to be with her for a while because men need women in a way that women don't need men.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's true. As they get like older, like old men need women. That's why they move on so quickly. And women are like, I've got my hobbies and I'm taking French. Do it for yourself. It's not for her. It's for your relationship with your grandpa because you want to have her over and you want to see him more.
And you want to figure out what's going on with them so that then
Text
you
her
can
now.
email us. No.
I'll help you pick the
no,
emojis.
it's too late at night.
That's
I don't
fair.
have her number.
You don't remember? Okay, whoa. Get it from his phone. There's no way it's locked.
Doesn't have a password.
Give me your face, grandpa.
No, absolutely
Or just say it to him,
not.
be like, let's reach out, like, let's do it. And then, you know, it's not even worth it to be like, it's not like they're young. So you're like, and I'm going to show you what a bitch she is. Like, you really do want to have that closure because this has been open-ended for so long. You don't deserve to live like this, especially for like the last 10 years, 15 years, whatever, your grandpa's life. Like, you don't need this. So get that out of the way so that you can enjoy your grandpa. That's all. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Great. Cosign.
Cosign.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Okay. She's going to play it from her computer. This is so sad. Hold on, folks.
Hold on.
This is going to be big special effects.
Hold on. I turned the volume down earlier.
Oh my God, why?
Isn't this great? A nice Dell noise.
It's a talk with a cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
It's so cute. It's always me like in my closet just listening to the episode.
Do you want to start with top or bottom?
Okay. Well, I feel
You
like
wanna do-
what?
You want to do your word? You want to start with bottom and do ours and then take some from the audience?
Okay.
And then end
I
top?
got a great bottom.
Okay, so great. So start with that.
Metal patio furniture. What year is it? Why? We have other materials now. There is absolutely no reason at a restaurant, in a home, at a resort for metal patio furniture. It heats up and it burns your skin. It's cheap. It rusts. It's like, I dare you to come here. And there's no reason. And people do it. And they're just like, oh, this is the cool place to be, or it's my friend's house. Never. It is a sign of how little that establishment cares about your skin health. I hate it.
I like when someone has shorts and you can see the crisscross metal pattern on their legs. Yeah.
Seared.
Getting branded.
You like your thighs seared?
Yeah.
Seared tuna.
Go to an outdoor restaurant. Yeah.
That was what I had to write down that you had to, so I
Wow.
didn't forget.
Why don't you keep it,
I'll
for, top? You can
All
keep
right.
it because I got mine.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready for my bottom? I'm pretty
Always.
sure I discovered on my trip here the TSA could see a fart inside you.
What?
And here's why I think that.
Do you guys know this?
No.
I honestly think you're like, yeah.
No, okay. Tell me the science of this. My stomach
Heat.
was bothering
It's
me.
a heat
so much.
seeking.
My stomach was bothering me. I go through the scanner. I light up yellow right on my stomach where it was bothering me. They pull me aside to pat down just my abdomen.
And you farted?
I did not, but something was in there. What was it?
Was it a fart? Did you fart
No,
after?
I never did. But what could it have been?
Shrapnel?
Did TSA see?
Did you have an accident at some point?
Ma'am in the blazer, please step to the side.
Yeah.
The day.
Will that dapper CEO, waiter, magician, please?
The day.
To the side.
I truly that morning was like, do I have appendicitis? I'm not going to make it to the show. And then it showed up on the TSA scan. What did they see inside me?
You guys, what
It
did
was
they
yellow. Do we have any TSA operators? It was.
What?
We're asking if you have any nurses.
I know. Where are all of our nurses?
Where's my demo?
They lived too far away.
I don't need to know. I need like an airport technician.
I didn't ask. I should have asked. I walked away and just sat
You
down
saw
to,
it?
to put on my shoes, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Okay, can I? Where was it?
it was right side of my stomach, right here, and it was all
Get in the mic.
yellow. It was all yellow on the right side of my
Okay.
stomach on the screen.
Was it
just
bile?
there?
Was it bile?
Why would that show up on a TSA? What's TSA scanning for?
Missile, like hidden weapons, assault weapons, explosives.
Explosives. It was so shocking to be medically, what's the word for when you think you have a medical thing you don't have? Hypochondriac. To be worried
Munchausen.
about something. And then the machine is like, we see it. This x-ray sees it. And I was like, what do you see? I
What
had
if
that pain
saved
for
your
2
life?
days.
But you haven't gone to a doctor?
No, because it went away.
Because you farted in your sleep.
No,
And you scared yourself.
in my sleep, maybe. Yeah.
And it was like a low yield
It
explosive.
was just shocking because I'm thinking this woman knows it's a fart and she's not going to tell me.
Yeah.
The woman patting me down.
She's like, well, wait, that's why they say like no hairspray on airplanes, like no combustibles.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you to blow through the ceiling of that JetBlue flight.
Okay.
Please don't make it bad.
What? That's
Please
too
don't make
much
it like, I
pressure.
don't like traffic. All right, we're
I
ready.
know. It's
So my bottom would be when you have a friend who's basically been there for your child's entire life, has been part of their life, is basically another uncle. And then when he gets married and has kids, doesn't let you participate in their life.
Oh. And this is a hypothetical. This is
Yeah, I'm not talking about anyone
when that-
specific that we both know.
when that happens.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
we
were.
never- go on.
Sorry,
No.
they were over for 4th of July, and anytime we were interacting with their child, they followed us around like we were creepers, and we're like, we've been friends for over 20 years.
And you have kids.
I have 3 boys, and they know them all. Our oldest is 15.
Can I ask you a
And-
question?
Yeah.
Did they have a little girl?
No, they have 2 boys.
What the fuck? I thought you were gonna be like, it is a girl. How did you know? I'd be like, I get it. They're so precious. No, I don't. That's, huh?
Yeah.
And the baby's not new.
So there's a 3-year-old and then a newborn.
Right.
The newborn I get. The 3-year-old, and this has been his entire life.
Huh?
And yes, he's a COVID baby, but like still like
I don't think he should be bulletproof at this point.
no, he's bubble wrapped.
Baby. I mean, I guess we never talk about bottoms. Like we just read them and we're like, yeah, that sucks. You can't say anything because they'll deny it.
Right.
And all our friends see it. Everyone who's been there for the entire thing.
Is it all your friends also aren't allowed near the 3-year-old?
Yeah, it's pretty much all of
Okay.
us.
So this is just
They
the
just
person
might be
who's
those
very
kind of
neurotic.
parents. Yeah.
That would
It's
be
not
They
personal.
are. It still sucks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
At least it's not you.
Right.
And then I guess that's like, as a parent, it's like if the shoe were on the other foot, if they were like, I have our kids and we don't want anyone near them, I would say to them like, yeah, you are allowed to parent how you want, but it sucks because you let them in.
Yeah.
And they were a part of it, and you're like, we just want to. It's coming from such a good place.
Yeah. And that's exactly how we feel about it. Is like
Yeah.
we get it. It's their parenting choice, but at the same time, they keep bringing them around and then like taking them away.
I am so impressed that you want to engage with another child.
I'm also a teacher, so I deal
Oh.
with kids all day, every day.
No, maybe you stop inviting them.
That's been a thought.
Send the kids. Don't you guys come? Just send your 3-year-old and your baby. Drop them off.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
not
sorry.
invited.
That's awful.
This
Yeah.
is sorry, I just remembered in December they want us to babysit for some reason, and I'm expecting them to cancel.
Those.
So they're just weird.
Yeah.
And maybe at a party, like my daughter's 2.5 and I follow her around everywhere. I always leave her with other women, but there's always older boys like throwing shit and rocket launchers. So I'm always like nervous about it. So maybe it's because he's so young, but at least it's not personal.
Right.
Right, teacher? Thank you for being a teacher. Do you have something else? There's something else.
No, I don't know. It does feel personal, but
No, that is
yeah.
a bottom of the cob. That's fucked up. That you're like, I shared, and now you won't share yours with me.
Well, and that's the epitome of bottom of the cob. Like if you were like, war, we'd be like, okay. Yeah. But these other people being not letting you get at a 3-year-old.
Because it makes it feel, let me get at that child. I'm around kids all day, and I want to see this one too. It just makes you feel like, you're like, I'm sorry, you can't help but take it personally. You're like, do you feel like I'm not qualified to touch your like precious golden baby? Is that how you feel?
Can I not roll a ball to him?
Yeah. Oh, that's. Are they like? Do they kick it away? Like, shit out of here. Just punts it real far.
They just like follow me around. I'm like, I've never let my children run in front of traffic before. I don't know why you think I'm going to let yours run into traffic. Like,
no, I don't know.
I do that when people go to pet my cats. So I
in
follow
your
them
home,
around.
who's coming over?
Plumbers, repair people.
I think you're more afraid of an insurance claim.
That is a problem.
Yeah. If I were you, I'd be like, oh, you want to pet my? Is my dog still?
Yes.
I think she's facing away now, kind of.
Do you want to know an interesting fact I saw on the internet? So I'm pretty sure it's true.
Oh.
And I don't know if this is for cats too, but dogs align themselves north-south when they poop.
What?
That is why I'm gonna feel like the biggest idiot if this isn't true. That's why they spin around to like align themselves like gravitationally.
What?
If you think about when your dog takes a dump, it is mostly on like a north-south axis.
What does that help it come out?
They just do it. Like if you're ever lost, just wait for your dog to take a dump. I don't know which way is like true north.
2 directions. Okay.
Think about it. It's rarely east-west. Google it.
All right. Top of the cob.
Okay. Do you want to do one more bottom? No one else had one. You guys are pretty reticent.
Okay.
Oh, now we got a bunch. Wait, who is it? You and the
and you all better save some tops. Don't be just doing the bottoms.
Okay. Don't be just.
I have both, but I'll do
Only
my bottom
one.
first.
People are clawing to get at this.
So I had a refrigerator tip over me.
What?
Onto you?
Did someone push it?
Wait, she's laughing. She's obviously okay.
Or she's not. That's
she's just bleeding. Like just on.
Just now.
I'm an interior designer and my contractor is really delayed on a project and my clients really needed to move in. And the movers really were just bringing stuff in and they had packed stuff from the refrigerator. So I was putting their stuff from the other fridge into the new fridge and it wasn't installed yet properly. And so it just crashed right over me and I had to crawl under it.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm sorry. You're an interior designer. Why were you taking food out of a refrigerator?
I wasn't. No.
And putting
so
it
there
into
was like 20 people inside the apartment and I felt bad that I was just like standing there coordinating and I was like, oh, maybe I can help with this. And then
hell.
It's amazing that you're that hands-on. Like versus like I'll just see you at the new place that I'm designing and I'll be there when Mayflower gets here.
So my team had to oversee the move because we offer like full service and my clients were on vacation in the Hamptons. So my team was...
Excuse me. You should have sued for so much money. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not glad it happened to you, but I am glad that that's the version. Like, I was working and it was a workplace thing versus, like, I was alone. He had just broken up with me, and I thought I'd help myself to some pie that a friend had just in the refrigerator. Sorry. Like, we were at my mother's funeral. Are you okay?
Sort of. I have bruises.
But that's it. Like, nothing broke. There's no yellow blob living in your body.
No. I survived.
Okay. You were sharing this publicly. So it's
a
little
door
funny.
saved me because the door caught
the
it.
edge. Oh
Yeah.
God.
So it was
Did all the food fall?
all the
Frozen
shells
peas?
and everything fell.
Oh.
Did you cry?
I did.
Oh
Yeah. You had to. What else were you supposed to do? That's shocking.
I was stressed. I was trying. What else are you gonna do?
It's shocking.
No, it's like when someone dies like in a hot air balloon accident. or like in like a weird way, and like you have to like eulogize them like they died in a like everyone's like
doing what they loved.
It's so awful.
I hope that's how I go out. A fridge falls on me.
You will.
That's what I said. I was like, well, what if like if you're reading my obituary, it's like an interior designer dies because of fridge.
When a smeg fell on her.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
smeg.
It's like the Meg, but it's a refrigerator. It's not even a shark movie. That's awful. But does it feel better to have everyone laugh with you at the fact that you cried when a refrigerator fell on you at work?
I do.
You guys
feel
are all
better
like so
about it.
trepidatious about this. She's enjoying herself.
Well, now I laugh because it could have killed me.
You almost died. For sure.
I did.
You should definitely swing by TSA and get that checked out.
Yeah.
Free medical care.
We should do one more bottom of the cob because I
No,
feel
we
like
gotta move to top.
I feel like the reviews
No,
were mixed
we
on
gotta
this.
move
I feel
to
like
top.
people wanted to laugh but then felt really bad.
Well, they can laugh at top. We're moving on.
That blazer is going to your head.
I know. I'm so strong now.
It's like a maitre d'
And my
with like
one
an
nail.
iron fit. It is the nail.
The
You're
one
like, come
nail.
get some.
Yeah.
All right.
We got to move
Sorry.
on to top.
Okay. Let me access my powder white, whatever this thing. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Click the thing.
I got it. I know how to use it.
You might have to. Nope.
I got it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You guys aren't going to, I feel like you're going to.
They have to turn
You
against
wouldn't
you.
laugh at the refrigerator thing in the way that I thought we were all going to bond over that trauma. So you're going to judge me for this, but the good thing about me is that I say the thing that you were like, I'm going to judge her and not laugh. And then on the way home to Santa Ana, I'm going to be like, that was right. She was right. And I'm not talking about like hearing someone got like cancer. I'm talking about like much smaller stakes. I'm going to preface it with that.
Oh.
Hearing that someone that you never liked is now not doing well. And I don't mean like
Maybe you mean like career wise.
yeah, like more
Emotionally.
like like career wise, or like they went crazy, or they started posting like weird racist stuff. You're like,
Yeah. They went into a cult.
just stuff like that where it's like, oh, it was someone, especially the kind of person like maybe it was like in your friend group or in an industry or just something in your like group of friends that like you tolerated because everyone's like, isn't like what Max like the best ever? And you're like, I never really, and maybe it wasn't even that you hated them, but you're just like, I just don't get the big deal about this person, or they're just not that great, or they're not that good at their job. Like, why is everybody drinking this Kool-Aid? And then 10 years later, it's like, oh, because they were awful, like objectively awful. And I called it like a canary in a coal mine.
Yeah.
And now she has weird lips and posts like anti-vaxxer stuff, and I still work.
That I feel like I can text you. If there's just someone from high school I hated, I feel like I probably have to like look at this insane post. Look at how stupid this person is. You don't know them.
Yeah, I don't want
But
to
you
find that
join me in the joy over their misery.
low stakes, self-inflicted. I don't want to
Right.
hear that like that something horrible happened. They're in a
Right.
wheelchair, whatever. Like shout out to anyone who's in a wheelchair. If like you're living your best life, that's great. I'm just saying. No,
We
I'm
don't
just
want to
saying,
laugh at it.
the deliciousness of like, did you see? Or they like just did something and like they fucked themselves, and you're just like, yeah, you were a bitch. We had to play Mafia that one night, and you were a bitch to me, and now you're fired from the Warner Brothers lot. Like, I love it.
Right. If something happens to the 50-year-old doctor, we're going to enjoy that a little bit.
Are we?
I will.
You will? Oh.
I'm all
It's the blazer. She's different.
Yeah.
It's Fashion Week today.
Okay.
You know what I still think? I think the Figaro Doctor's a little wacky, but I think she, once you guys put it to bed, I think it'll be fine. That's what I think.
I'm still going to hate her. It doesn't matter what she does now.
It does seem irresponsible to date your patient, but I wonder if that happens a lot. I don't know.
Probably.
It's fucking weird though.
Yeah. Okay. My top of the
Explain
cob.
yourself to you. Okay.
You're going to not like my top of the cob, but it's okay.
By the way, one more thing.
Yeah.
Go get like a nice cup of coffee. Like go to like
not
a
Starbucks?
Korean coffee shop, like where they do it right. Like don't go to like Dupar's. Don't let your grandpa take you to like a Panera. Like make it nice.
Okay.
So at least you have like an Instagram picture of a nice coffee.
Where they put something in the foam.
You have him spend a little bit of that $3 million on like a nice Cobb niçoise, some nice salad. Make it nice. Show her you're like, I've got class.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of medical school you went to, but I know how to order a nice sandwich.
Okay. My top of the cob.
Yeah.
When you're in a hotel room and you turn on the TV and Law and Order SVU is right there.
Yes!
And it's a marathon that has a name. It was the Guest Stars and Stripes Marathon on July 4th. I closed my curtains. I didn't watch the fireworks. And I watched an episode of SVU with Snoop Dogg. I watched one with Brooke Shields.
Full commercial break. Full
commercial breaks. I'm laying on the hotel bed, just like, yes.
Can I tell you why I love you so much?
Yeah.
Why I think we're connected?
Yeah.
My original Top of the Cob, and I thought, no, that's so lame, don't do it.
Okay. Is connected.
Well, and Gen X will appreciate this. When TV was normal, when you would turn on the TV and you're looking for something and you kind of didn't have a sense of like what stuff was on when, and you would get a rerun of The Simpsons.
Yes.
And you didn't know what was coming and you would just see the clouds and it was just,
yes.
Oh, and you were like, I'm taken care of for the next 20 minutes.
Top 3 hotel shows. Lana SVU.
Oh, do you want to go back and forth?
Do you want to? I was going to tell you mine. You say what you would change. Because it's Law and Order SVU, it's Rizzoli and Isles, it's The Simpsons. Honorable mention, Family Guy in a hotel room.
Family Guy in a hotel room, for sure. Mine would be American Greed.
Oh, yeah, you
and
love
Shark
that.
Tank. Pretty much anything on CNBC. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are just the 2.
Yeah.
And then Shawshank Redemption, because it's always on.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So now some tops. Have people thought? They have ideas?
She did it sideways.
Is that a
It's
reaching?
so badly.
It's
We'll
a
do you,
very
and then
polite,
we'll do you.
A very polite reach.
She was like, let me get it in the eye line.
Now, at the ripe age of 30, getting matching pajama sets.
Oh.
With who?
My boyfriend.
Okay.
And he so
A girl who doesn't know.
No, matching with myself. It's a set. But I have had my eyes on these Snoopy pajamas for, I don't know, like a year. And he just got a new job. And so because he got a really cool, awesome new job, which was my submitted Top of the Cob, he said he was going to buy them for me. So it's really nice.
And he did buy them. He did buy them. He didn't just say he was
they're
going
coming.
to.
They're on their way.
Okay, you know what? They're not here yet, so we don't know if you actually fulfilled your promise.
I'll follow up.
As someone who did date a pathological liar, I need to see them. That's the purest thing. There's no sex club involved. It's just the pajama, and you're gonna match. That's very cute. And just like wear them around the house together.
What a celebration.
Yeah.
What?
They're just mine.
Oh.
I just have
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
joking. I thought you were joking about your. Oh, I thought it was the 2 of you together.
No, but we are wearing matching outfits.
No, that's weird.
No. He left before
you're wearing
me.
women's clothing.
He left before me, and I didn't know. And then I showed up, and we
You're
drove
both just
separate.
wearing gray. I have to be honest. It's not like an expression. It's just. Are they?
Could you
Are you both
please-
wearing like plaid pants and I can't see it?
No.
No. Do you want to?
You need to get yourself a pair of Snoopy pajamas. I'm so sorry.
To complete the cycle.
Imagine if you guys matched. Wouldn't that be fun?
Imagine how
Thank
Christmas
you.
you could do it for Christmas. You guys like that?
We do have Christmas Snoopy pajamas.
Okay, so you would do match. You do like to match.
He like only sleeps in boxers.
Okay.
Can they be
spicy? Bragging.
He's not putting a full shirt on.
My husband sleeps in jeans, but whatever.
I'm like, you should have cute pajamas, and he's like, I'm just so hot. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Would you
be nice?
Would you be opposed to taking this relationship to the next level and wearing Snoopy boxers to match her Snoopy? Should you say Snoopy or peanuts?
Snoopy.
Snoopy is a peanut. Not all peanuts are Snoopy. Would you be open to that? A boxer brief in the fashion of?
There's nothing wrong with the Snoopy. It's the too much warmth.
Up top.
Did you know Snoopy is not a point? He's not a beagle.
What is he?
He's a pointer.
Why is
Charles M. Schultz's dog that he based Snoopy off of. Welcome to my TED Talk.
Who thought it was a beagle? Who here ever thought about Snoopy more than
Because
enough
of the
you?
ears.
All of you. They're like,
Because
we don't want to betray her.
The round ears.
This is our
Beagle
midlife
ear.
crisis.
Oh.
Was
Gen
Snoopy,
X
yeah.
realizing that Snoopy is not a beagle.
I never think about. Well, okay,
Okay.
that's great. What it comes down to is he got some money, and you were like, "Yo, like, buy me what's important." And he was like, "I got you. We're going to Target now. We're getting it." I think we should complete the look, and you should get the boxers, and then you'll have that.
I want that for you.
That's
Thank you.
it's so innocent that like I'm looking awful, like making any jokes. So that's very
know.
sweet. That's very
so
cute.
nice.
Yeah. As a woman who's married to a man who owns 3 shirts that are ripped, all from a J. Crew clearance aisle, that's really nice that you guys will be matching. I'm like, we have the money to have, and he's like, no. Men get very weird. I just want to say this. I used to write a joke about this. I used to have a joke about this. Every man in this room and in the world thinks there is something so exceptional about their body, and that is why regular clothes don't fit them. And it's always positive. It's always a guy like, no, because I've got a really long torso like an athlete. I've got arms like a goalie. My legs are so long. And women, it's always like, my legs are too fat. My arms are too fat. I'm disgusting. No woman's like, I'm in such incredible shape that I can't wear normal khakis.
I'm busting out from muscle.
Every
out
guy,
of this blazer.
He's like, I get too hot because my muscle mass is choking me. Every guy has a reason they can't wear the normal thing because they're so exceptional a specimen.
Yeah.
Ma'am?
Top of the cup.
There you go. She got one.
My top of the cob today is that it's my mom's birthday, and I got to bring her to my favorite comedian.
Yay!
Now, how does your mom feel about doing this for her birthday?
It's been wonderful.
Oh,
thanks, Mom.
Thank you.
She believes in what I love, so.
That's so nice.
She's like, I'm more of a Smartless fan, but that's really because this was free.
You're gonna take her somewhere else.
You going to dinner?
For dinner, right?
My sister took her to a nice dinner last night. So
Nice.
This is
All right.
this is the event.
There you go. There you go. Well, there was pizza here, but that's
Yeah, she got
sister.
prime pizza.
Yeah, there was prime pizza, and there was shout out to Spindrift for supplying the tasty drinks.
Yeah.
Folks, thank you so much for coming to this live episode of Ask Eliza Anything. You guys were incredible.
Thank you.
And it's like Emily always says.
It's me, Emily. Keep it sensual.
Pretty accurate.
You guys have a great night. Thank you so much.
Give me pizza. P-I-Z-Z-A. I want pizza. P-I-Z-Z-A.
It's time to have your high five moment with High Five Casino, the top social casino where the action and real prizes never stop. Fun spins and big wins are right at your fingertips with over 1,000 games, including High Five Casino exclusives. High Five Casino is always free to play with free coins given out every 4 hours. Sign up today and get free welcome coins you can spin for a chance at cash prizes. Visit highfivecasino.com.
High Five Casino.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. Must be 21 years or older. Terms and conditions apply.